how many of you either own a dog or have owned one in the past? Pretty much almost everybody, probably 85%. So many of you have probably been in this situation. You're out on a nice day like today, nice weather, you're walking your dog, you see some people out in the neighborhood, and they're sitting on their porch, and what does your dog decide to do right in front of them? Stoop over. And you're like pulling them, come on, let's get out of here, let's go to the next yard where someone's not there. No, they're like, I gotta go now, I gotta go now. So you sit there and you go, or stand there I should say, bag, you're like, I'm not watching my dog. And these people are staring at you. They're thinking, well, you're going to pick up after your dog. You're looking around for a stick, can't find anything to push it under some bushes. So then you just kind of, the dog's done, just walking away. And they're like, hey, you, pick up your stuff. And you're just walking away. Try to ignore them. Feel embarrassed. Mad at your dog for picking that spot. They always seem to need an audience. Have you ever noticed that? My dogs always do that. They need an audience. So why should you pick up your dog's poop other than getting yelled at, possibly stepping in it? There's some other reasons that you should pick it up. For one thing, the average dog goes and has about 3/4 of a pound of poop a day, the average dog. And with 83 million dogs in the United States, if you took train cars from Seattle to Boston, they would take end to end, that's how much there is each year. But 40% of people, of dog owners, don't pick it up. Pretty disgusting, right? There's always the ick factor. When you go for a baggie, and then you have to pick it up, and then there's a hole in the bag, and yeah, disgusting. And then you have to carry it around with you for blocks. Ugh. But really, why should you pick it up? Well, I work as an environmental consultant, and I test the water in a lot of places. So probably some of you at some point have gone to a beach on a nice warm day, and you get there, and all of a sudden you see there's nobody swimming, there's no lifeguard, and there's a sign, beach closed, bacterial counts are high. What does that mean? Well, it means that they took some water samples, and the bacteria is high from, could be from multiple sources, but usually some animal or human crapped in the water. So it could be from dogs, could be from geese. Geese love to go on and sit on the piers, and they leave huge messes. Could be from seagulls. Seagulls are a real problem out in Lake Michigan. It could even be from people, especially little kids in their little diapers, and they go in the water, and one poopy diaper can shut down a beach. But they don't test the beaches all the time. Actually, the state standard is you're supposed to test a swimming beach once every 2 weeks. So we could be swimming in contaminated water. And also, when they test the water, they have to send the sample to a lab. The lab takes a little bit of water out, they put it in a petri dish, stick it in an oven, and they have to wait 24 hours to get the results. So you don't know until like 2 days later if that water was contaminated. So you're shutting down a beach that was contaminated 2 days before that. So what happens if you swim in high bacterial water? Well, you could get sick, especially if you drink the water. Most of us do not, but little kids, what do? They dive in the water, they get it in their mouth, they blow it out. Those are the ones who are most likely to get sick. They may not die from it, but they might get a bellyache for a couple of days. There's other things you can get from not picking up dog poop. You can sometimes get parasites like Giardia, Cryptosporidium. I had Giardia once, a number of years ago, and that I never ever want to have again. I had it from kayaking, doing some whitewater kayaking. It was a kind of a dirty stream, and I flipped over and had to swim. And then I was sick for weeks, couldn't be far from a bathroom. It was awful for weeks. Cryptosporidium, you might remember from a few years back, not a few years, but like a decade or so, Milwaukee got Cryptosporidium in their drinking water, and several people even died from it who were immunocompromised because they had AIDS. So parasites could get you sick. And also, there's high nutrient levels, like phosphorus, that causes all the algae that grows in the streams and ponds and lakes. So there's 3 reasons that you should pick it up, because of bacteria, nutrients, and parasites. But what if you don't live anywhere near a stream or a lake? Why should you pick it up? It's just in your yard, just leave it there, right? Well, remember the storms we had in the middle of July? All that water runs off somewhere. Runs off into a ditch or into a storm sewer, which goes right into a stream. Or maybe it may not run off, but people are walking on your lawn. Maybe some kids are walking barefoot on your lawn, and they can get worms, they can get some of these parasites. And then there's also the ick factor. Who wants to step in? So please, I hope I am convincing you of the importance of picking up after your dog. Education is key, and hopefully we can get the other 40% of dog owners to comply. This is so nice.